Alright, welcome back to my channel. This is, you know, a new what if. This is part one of what if Deku was betrayed. So let's get into the story. Well, let's get into the background first. In this one, Deku, he was still bullied by Bakugo. But this time, Deku actually worked his body. And Deku had a strong sense of justice, knowing right from wrong. He can also, read people really well. Deku was also, he also wanted to help his mother out, so he got a job. He helped as, a junior detective or something like that. He analyzed people's quirks, people, see if they right or wrong. He basically became a human lie detector. And he was doing good at his job. But, something will happen to make him lose that job. And also, make his life more horrible. So, let's get into the story. We get to, 12-year-old Deku. Oh yeah, UA is in college. 12-year-old Deku who's helping the police out. The police basically tell Deku what the scene looked like and what that person, his power, his quirk was. Deku writes it down, and they say he come with any possible weaknesses and faults in his quirk as Deku thinks about it. And the dude that they're talking about has a ice quirk. You're gonna say that ice quirk. Deku says, yeah, there might be some. For one, he could get frozen from his quirk, so he can't use it that much. And he might not be able to use as much ice as he want to use. And fire quirks can be a weakness to him. They say, thanks, kid. And they basically leave, and they track this villain down, and they take him down. And the advice that Deku gave them actually helped him. He couldn't use his quirk for as much time as he wanted because he's gonna get frozen, which he started to get frozen. Fire quirks did affect him, and he can't use his quirk as much distance as he wanted to go. So they love calling Deku out because Deku's smart, and he always gives them good advice. This goes on for years. Deku is now 14. He in high school. This is where everything goes downhill. Deku had a girlfriend. Her name was Jessica. So Deku was dating Jessica. And Deku thought that Jessica loved him back, but she didn't. One day, Deku caught Jessica cheating on him with Bakugo. And from that day onward, Deku broke up with Jessica. He said, you two are guilty. You're lucky this is not a courtroom. Because in some places, cheating can be punishable by death. So, I wish you a good time. As he slammed the door and left. Yes, Bakugo says, whatever, nerd. As they go about dating. Then, Deku was late to, his shift to help the police. And, because he wasn't there, they let a villain get away. They asked Deku what he was. He said he had to handle some, he just found out, something. And then he had to handle it. They say, well, kid, we had to let a villain go because of that. Deku says, I'm sorry. They say, no, it's okay, kid, but just don't let it happen again. And, in this one, Deku's dad do come and visit him as much as he try his best to, and much as he can. His boss, do give him days off to go visit his son. His boss understands. Because, his boss let him go, to visit his son. Deku loves playing time with his dad. On a certain day, Deku's dad passed away. From, he had a heart attack. But it wasn't a normal heart attack. It was caused by, something he drunk. And, someone basically killed him by forcing him to have a heart attack. Which Deku finds out, which makes Deku mad. And he was supposed to come in for 2 weeks, to the police station, but he didn't. This made the police chief angry and fired Deku. Deku was still sad. Deku had to explain to the police chief, I couldn't come in today or these 2 weeks because my father, the police chief, said, stop. I don't want to hear it. I want to hear your lame excuse. As this makes Deku angry. As Deku just walks out, says, forget it. I don't even care anymore. I'm leaving. As tears come down Deku's eyes, as a certain skeleton is seeing this. He's seeing that he sees Deku's, his sadness. Seeing all of this, everything happened to him. Deku was already stressed from school, him getting bullied by Bakugo, and his work that he used to do. So he thinks, I should help this kid out. Maybe he can be someone to take my power on. As Deku, he goes back home. He's walking home. But Deku had headphones in. He was listening to very loud music. Then, a police chase was happening. Robbers just robbed the bank. And they was driving really fast. Deku walked out into the road. He got hit. As his body flew high into the air, it came down, hitting the pavement as Deku blacked out. Everyone gathered around, said, oh my gosh, what's going on? Called the ambulance, The ambulance called, and Deku was taken to the hospital. Inko is informed that her son is in the hospital. Inko was sad already that, Deku's dad, Hisashi, was already dead. So she was even more sad to know that Deku was in the hospital. So she visited, Deku. Deku was, basically in a coma. And during his coma, Deku was talking to Sans. And Sans says, hey, how you doing, kid? My name is Sans. Sans the skeleton. And Deku said, what? A talking skeleton? And Sans says, don't think too much of it, kid. I can see you had a rough life. And I can see that you want to, do good. You really do. But no matter what you do, you can't, do it because you don't have a power. As Deku says, yes, I don't. San says, how about this? I give you my power. As Deku says, wait, what? You can? As San said, yeah. But, I'm going to cease to exist, but you can get my power. But how about this? I'll be in your conscience. I'll be in your mind. If you want to talk to me, just pop on in. We can have a chat. As Deku says, okay. Well, since you're not going to be waking up anytime soon, how about we get to know each other? As Sans tells Deku about himself, and Deku tells Sans about him. Which, Deku was in a coma for half a year. As he wakes up after the half year, and he is different. His hair went all white. His eyes, black with white dots. Well, basically how Sans eyes look. He doesn't look skeletal. He still got flesh. but he is a little bit weak since he hasn't been working out yet. And he hasn't eaten as much as he used to. He hasn't moved around. Deku wakes up. The doctors see that Deku is up. So they call Inko telling her that, Deku is up. For the most part, Deku's body is fine. But they did take notice to his hair. That's completely white. His eyes, they got black, I don't know what the part called. No, just black irises, I think. I believe that's it. And, white pupils. As Inko gets there, she hugs Deku, happy that he's still alive. And, Deku was released from the hospital after a couple of days so he can, still rest up and get healed. Deku has to, walk again. He has to get his strength back. So Deku gets back into, his normal training like he did to get his body back to that state, which was like an athlete's build. Toned muscles, but he ain't trying to get so buff. So, Deku basically just like this. And Deku tries out his powers. First, Sen told him all his powers, what he can do with it, what he can't do, but he won't have none of the downsides of Sans. Like, he won't get tired. He can spam, dodge, or whatever it's called. Since I haven't played Undertale, and I don't completely know all of, the soul's ability, I tried looking for it, but I couldn't find it. So if y'all know all the soul's abilities, please put it down in, the comments. Every soul and all of its abilities, because I know what kind of soul I want to give Deku. It's a mix between some souls, which I believe that this will go perfect with Deku. And, if you could do that, that'll be perfect. But, for now, I'm going to give Deku the basic Sans powers. Oh yeah, I'm thinking about doing a Black Clover what if. I just really feel like doing one, but I'm gonna do that, later. So, Deku basically tries out his power. He basically summons bones. He sees they can do that. Summons the Gaster Blasters. There is no end to the amount of Gaster Blasters he can summon. He summons, the blue bone, which I cannot I cannot remember which one the blue bone does. Is it the one you gotta stay still or move? I have not watched anyone play Undertale in a while, and I still cannot find the powers. I should have probably looked at the powers of Sans before I did this, but who cares? And he can do teleporting or shortcuts. And I'm gonna give this something. Oh yeah, he can do blue magic, and he can also fly. Which this I'm gonna give it to him myself because I want to. I'm giving it to him. Which basically how he flying. He basically using his blue magic on himself, but in a controlled way, to where he just makes himself fly. Everyone sees that Deku is different. His eyes went black with white dots, and sometimes when he get angry, they go completely black and totally black, or they have this blue. His one blue eye. His left eye is blue, and his hair is white. And he wears this blue jacket, like the one Sans got on the picture. But he does not wear Stan's shorts or the slippers. He just wear the blue jacket, and the rest of the clothes, he just wear whatever he wants. But he mostly matches it up, like some jeans and some like some shoes. And the girls fall for him, saying that he looks cute, things like that. Deku gets back to school, Bakugo in the class can see that Deku's different. And also Deku's ex-girlfriend. I think I forgot her name already. I think her name was Jessica. Dang. I just named her. Mm-mm-mm. Jessica. I believe it's Jessica. Well, whatever. I'm just gonna call him Deku ex-girlfriend. Or either. Yeah, I think it's Jessica. It's either Deku ex-girlfriend or Jessica. That's what I'm gonna refer to her as. As Jessica sees Deku, sees that he's different. White hair, black eyes, with, white pupils. All the girls in the class blush when they see Deku. As he comes in, he sit down. Bakugo was finna, just say something, but he don't. He feel that he can't say anything. So, he just pay attention. As, the teacher, teaches the rest of the class, and, after class, Bakugo walks up to Deku and says, "Hey, nerd, where have you been half these months?" As Deku says, "None of your business, Bakugo." As Bakugo says, "What? You nerd?" As he tried, blow Deku up. But, Deku dodges. Bakugo keep trying, Deku dodging him. Deku says, you should really stop before you get tired." And Bakugo said, "What? Die, you nerd." Deku dodges again, and then he uses blue magic on Bakugo and puts him to the ground. As Bakugo can't get up. And Bakugo's goons try to do something. Deku uses blue magic on them and puts them also to the ground. And Jessica's quirk is a fire quirk. I'm just gonna say it's a fire quirk. And she tried, burn Deku. Deku basically just dodge her fire. And what he does is he makes a gas blaster and puts it right in her face. And it starts charging the beam, but he don't shoot it. He just starts charging it. This scares her, and she just basically drops to the ground. Deku did get his quirk named, and what I named it is, Royal Judge. Deku is the judge, the jury, and the executioner. Which I think that's safely put in, Undertale. Sans is the judge, the jury, and the executioner at times. And I was pretty sure everyone knew that Sans was depressed. I knew. After all, he wearing the blue. The only people I know that rock the blue as good as Sans is Goku and Vegeta. He's rocking a smile. Don't we all rock that same smile? The smile to hide the pain from the world as we live in it. I should know. I rock that smile every day. But don't let that smile confuse you from right and wrong. Because you're never going to be right unless you figure out what's wrong. So, Deku, after doing it, he basically make Bakugo basically and his goons basically look away from Deku for a second. Jessica wasn't looking at Deku, And Deku basically shortcuts, and he gone. The sludge villain attack don't happen. But the second does. All Might drops the bottle. And Bakugo gets captured. No, the heroes ain't doing nothing. The Deku stumbles upon the scene. He sees Bakugo, so he says, I don't like him, but he doesn't deserve to die, so I'm gonna save him. As he walks through the crowd, the heroes try to stop him, but he just keep walking. He dodges them. As he walks up to the sludge villain and he tells him, well, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to let him go. As sludge villain said, who is this kid? As Deku basically uses blue magic on Bakugo and pulls him out, and he throws him to the heroes. The sludge villain got mad. Said, you brat, I'm gonna kill you and take over your body then. As Deku uses, his eye goes blue. Well, one eye, his left one, goes blue. Deku says, oh really? As he puts his arm up with his, palm out, as Gaster Blasters show up, and they beam the sludge villain. Basically destroying him. And then Deku says, well, my job is done. We'll see you later. As the heroes try to stop him, but Deku turns a corner, and he's gone. He's back at home. All Might did try to, find this kid again. To see if he can become his successor, which Deku isn't getting one fall in this one. Y'all know my motto. When in doubt, take Mirios the route. But, yeah, that's good. It don't matter. So, 10 months of training, Deku just trains on his abilities and also on his body, making it stronger. Now we at the I'm gonna end this off at the what is it called? Quirk apprehension test. As Deku gets the UA, she walk in. The girls do, blush whenever Deku walk past them because he's looking lavish. As he sits down and takes the exam, Sans is smart. Nobody can doubt me when I say Sans is smart. And Deku already being smart and getting the same, all of Sans smartness, Deku get first place above Momo. Above, he's smarter than Nezu. Fuck out of here if you don't believe that. Everyone can tell you that Sans is smart. There's a whole, film theory, not film theory, game theory already did it. Telling you that Sans is smart. How smart? I can't remember. It's been a while since I watched that video. And, Sans basically get first place. Now, Deku still has to, sit on the side of Bakugo, since they did go to the same school. Bakugo and Jessica. And, Bakugo mad, he's still letting off his quirk a little bit. But Deku isn't paying attention to Bakugo, he basically looking forward. Never can see that Deku is looking forward, and he isn't talking to Bakugo, he isn't paying attention to Bakugo at all. He basically just looking at President Mike. And President Mike knows that Deku looking at him. He can feel Deku looking at him, and when he look up, he sees Deku looking straight at him. So he knows that Deku is paying attention. But the kid next to him is not. As Ida, gets up and says, I cannot believe you able to make such a drastic mistake. You did not even explain the 0 pointer. The last robot in the pamphlet. As he then says, you, stop talking. And you, she points to Deku with the blue jacket. Stop talking to your friend. And pay attention. And Deku basically just look at him and says, listen here, I'm going to say this. 1, he's not my friend. 2, I was not talking. And 3, I was paying attention. To tell you the truth, You're being quite a bother. This idiot beside me won't shut up. Not many how many times I even tell him to. He won't shut up even if I ask him. So that's not my problem. As Deku basically turns back around. As either, finna say something again, President Light says, okay. The zero pointer, which I was gonna explain before I was interrupted, is basically just an obstacle. So if you see it, just run away. We don't want anyone to be injured. So everyone goes, go out and go to the field and see which area you're gonna be in. As everyone does that, Deku is in the same area as the cannon. All the girls in the area basically gossiping over Deku. Ida can hear it. This make Ida mad. That Deku is basically being a distraction to them. But, Deku isn't trying. It's not it's not his fault that he looked like this. As in, President Light saying, when I say go, or when I count to 3 and say go, I want you to go out there and destroy as much robots as you can. But yeah, Deku didn't meet Uraka. So, President Light countdown said 1, 2, 3, go. There is no real countdowns and, a real battle. So they rush out. Deku destroys a lot of robots. And then the zero pointer comes out. Uraka gets stuck on the rubble. Because she in distress, she don't know that she can basically use her quirk to basically lift the rubbles off her. But, Deku says so nevertheless. He basically used blue magic to get the rubble off her and picks her up. And, shoot, he basically puts his arm up. And then, a bunch of gas blasters, come around and shoot the zero pointer, blowing it up. Everyone sees, Deku's display of power. And then, Deku brings Uraka over to where Recovery Girl at. And, Recovery Girl heals Uraka. And then, Deku leaves before Uraka can say thank you. And, now, Deku is at home. He waits for the letter. He gets it. All Might comes on and says, congratulations, young Izuku Midoriya. You passed with more points than I had. All Might showing some of the things that Deku did. He explains, you got such and such amount of villain points. But I'm going to say it's 2,000, 100, 200, 200 and, 240. And All Might said you got 60, hero points. Putting your score above mine, having 300 points. And congratulations, young Midoriya. Welcome to your hero academia. As Inko is happy, Deku is too. The first day of school roll around, and Deku walks to the classroom. Ida is still yelling at Bakugo for having his feet on the desk. Bakugo is snoring Ida, and Deku goes and sits down. Ida then walks over to Deku, bows his head, and then says, I apologize for what I said. And I also want to say that you are a better student than me for noticing that there's an extra part of the exam. As Deku says, I didn't notice it. I just did what I thought was right. And you should probably sit down. The teacher is getting irritated a little bit. As he was like, what? What do you mean? Rock comes in. She thanks Deku. Deku says, no problem. And then, as always stands up and says, everyone be quiet and sit down. It took you all 10 seconds to shut up. That won't do it all. Put on these, uniforms and go change. Go go out on the field. Rock asks, what about orientation? You're in a hero school. You don't need orientation. As Deku basically wraps the uniform and, goes to the locker room. Since Deku was, used a shortcut, he got there faster and he got changed. And he's already out in the field. After a while, Aizawa comes out, shocked that Deku got here so fast. Aizawa says, how did you get here so fast? Deku says, shortcut. He says, okay. Then a couple more minutes pass, then all the rest of the students come out with Mineta having, his eye, holding his eye, with his, crying out of it. The girls didn't see Mineta and say, so you're the one who was peeking. Yep, Mineta still does that dumb thing that he did in Kenny. Aizawa says, alright, everyone, we're going to be doing a Quirk apprehension test. So, he throws the ball at Deku, says, what's the highest score you got in middle school? Deku said, high school. Deku said, well, I got 90. Aizawa says, oh, impressive. Throw the ball with your Quirk. As Deku basically says, okay. As he summons the Gaster Blaster, put the ball in the Gaster Blaster's mouth and basically let the Gaster Blaster go. As everyone shocked from this, the Gaster Blaster kept going and it keep going. It don't drain Deku's stamina. As Deku says, I can keep this going forever. As Aizawa says, as Deku basically makes it go out of space. It keeps going too. It don't stop. Aizawa says, infinity. And then the thing says error, 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 error. And it shocks Aizawa. Aizawa says this kid just got infinity that easily. And error only comes when they leave the universe, not universe, when they leave, the solar system. Or the galaxy. Yeah, when they leave the galaxy. So they left the Milky Way galaxy and it's still going. Aizawa says, okay. As Deku says, do you want the ball back? Aizawa says, I would prefer it. And Deku basically makes the Gaster Blaster come right back. It's real fast. These Gaster Blasters are faster than what hands are. So they get there in a matter of seconds. As Deku basically gives the ball to Aizawa. Aizawa says, thanks. After everyone, does their things. Now, the race, Deku get first. Because he does have an athlete's body and, basically, he does, he don't use shortcut because everyone looking at him. But he used blue magic to basically pull himself further. Now, the jump, they can basically fly her blue magic like I explained to you. Grip strength, Deku got decent grip strength because his workout. Punches, Deku, he can punch. He knows how to throw a proper punch. From working with the cops, they taught him how to do it. And, rest of the exams, side jumps, Deku gets it perfectly. He get above Mineta. My nigga dodging like, I don't know what. Side jumps like him dodging. So that's how he get high on that. Now, Deku gets first, When else get, I don't know. Same thing they do in canon. Mineta gets expelled. And, Kendo comes in. I don't like Mineta at all. I hate Mineta. And this is where I'm going to leave this part off. Thank you for watching, and see you all later.